other entries we can go through later on as well, or not today, but different time we could probably cover that as well. But this is fairly simple. Shoot it in, and you get into the single legs, right? And something that I want you guys to have in mind from here is as he's maybe very like tight with his legs, I could go and grab both ankles here and have a sure sweep. But a lot of the times what happens is they spread, so they're gonna spread their legs out like this. And that's usually when I would maybe switch to an X guard or a short leg X or the inside butterfly hook like we've been working earlier, okay? Because here I can control a lot more with this open space. Whereas if I'm here and he's really like wide here and still has weight, now I can start like pummeling my legs out and start defending in different ways. Any questions so far?
Sorry, there's a question.
Yep. No worries. So you mean already from the single leg X or? So they push this foot here? Yeah, so if that happens, you might have to change a little bit of the attack. So push this there. I might have to change to go here instead into like a K guard or something else. But it depends on your preference, right? If he's grabbing my ankle, I might just like try to just pull my leg out and come back. But if you had to follow the movement per se, as he pushes this direction, he's opening his backside, and I can start going for like a K guard heel hooks if you have that, or just 50-50. Other questions? No, let's go a little bit further, okay? So what we're gonna do now is similar to what we did on bottom. I got to the single leg X, and now Lolo's gonna take my foot off of his hip here, like this, okay? And when he does this, of course, I can always try to fight to come back onto the single leg X. As you see, if he's persistent, there's gonna be a rough time there, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is like pummel my leg and come to the inside position like we did earlier from the bottom, okay? Now from here, I got mainly two sweeps that I like to do. Depending on how wide his stance is, I'll do the different one. So he's very narrow in his stance right now. So what that does is it allows me to lift him off the floor. So I will grab your hands here, Louis, so you have something to support. See how I can do some acro yoga stuff here? So it's all about my legs moving like this to lift him off the floor there, okay? Now, if he was super wide with this leg, that wouldn't be possible anymore. I don't have that same leverage. But what I do have is to chop him down, okay? So those are the main two that we're gonna do there. So I went here, he pushes my foot off, I pummel my foot, and I have the inside position, okay? Now he's in a very narrow stance, which is super nice. So now I'm gonna lift him and I'm gonna bring him over to my left side, because this is the attack side, or the side where I'm attacking his ankle, okay? So as I'm pushing here, I push him down to this side. What you will notice, we're already in the same position we did earlier, so then we can roll and go for the belly down foot block. And something that I want you guys to keep in mind is, in this position here, Lola is thinking of, I don't want to get swept, I don't want to get submitted, I don't want to end up in a really bad position otherwhere, you know, somewhere else. So there's a lot of thoughts going through his mind here, okay? Whereas, if I'm fighting for an ankle lock here, there's only one thing in mind, defending the ankle lock, right? So my idea is to think a little bit ahead. Already when I'm pushing him up, I'm adjusting my grip, making sure everything is tight. So as we're landing, I'm trying to already be in the position that I want to be in, okay? So, let's say, tripod, shoot in, and I go first for this, so now he pummels, and I go in here, okay? Now, as I'm pushing up, see how I can slide my arm down to his ankle here. In the same manner we did with the arm or the knee earlier on, I'm connecting to his foot here, so I can grab here. Sometimes you also push him a little bit in this direction, that's also fine. But what you will notice is, if he drops that knee, now we're in a little bit of a different area where it's harder for me to tap him out, okay? We have options here too, but for today, I'm trying to bring him in this direction, okay? So once I'm here, I'm already connected to his ankle. I can step over bring myself over here, and then go for the finish. Now let's say, got in, he pushes. Let's say now he's a really wide stance. So now I can't lift him up anymore, right? So now I'm using this on the hip to push, and I'm just sliding this foot down to his ankle to chop the legs to get him down. And then it's the same thing as before. I'm looking to roll up and go for the finish. Let's do it from this angle here quick. So, tripod doesn't work. Shoot in. See, like he removes, inside hook. Okay? If narrow stance first. If he's narrow, I lift. I bring him down to the floor. Right? Come up. If he's wide with his legs, I go and chop his ankle, bring him down. I go here to go for the finish. Let's try it. 1, 2.